What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today we've got a very special package from New Balance. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did already open the box and I took a really quick sneak peek at what's inside because I'm just obsessed with New Balance, so I had to see what they sent over, but I tried not to dig too deep into the package because I wanted to take a closer look with you guys. Before we get into it though, I want to thank you all so much for tuning into today's video. Whether this is your first time on the channel or you've been watching for a long time, I really appreciate you guys being here. And make sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell down below if you haven't yet and you want to see more content just like this. But getting into the actual packaging itself, I've got to say that New Balance just knocked it out of the park with this box. This box looks incredible. So I don't really know if you guys can see, but this box is designed to actually look like a book. So when you actually open up the top of the box, it's like you're opening up the book. On the front of the box, or I guess the title of the book, it says Black History Month, This Is Our Story, New Balance MMXXI, which is Roman numerals for 2021. Obviously the front of the box comes in this beautiful, like tumbled leather looking purple print. You've also got these gold accents around the outside, which I think are gorgeous. I really love that look. On the back of the box, you've got This Is Our Story, which I guess is the back of the book, and then the other side, it's just kind of tumbled leather. And then one of my favorite details on the box is actually on the sides where you can see the pages of the book, which I think is really cool. It looks like they're actually gold pages too. So let's open up this giant book and see what it says on the first page. So first of all, you've got the New Balance logo in gold, and then you've got some text, and it says, designed by a team of Black New Balance associates, This Is Our Story celebrates Black heritage with a call for conversation about history and injustice. The Black experience is rich, diverse, and full of stories that deserve to be told. It's time that you share yours. Hashtag My Story Matters. And then you've also got a list of everyone who worked on this project. And what's super cool about this is that later on in the video, we actually get a chance to talk to one of the people who worked on this project, and I'm super excited about that, and I can't wait to hear their story and what went into actually designing the sneaker and the collection. But it looks like there was a lot of people involved on this project, and the person that we're going to be lucky enough to talk to today is actually Jordan Johnson, the Associate Product Manager. So can't wait to talk to him. Make sure to stay tuned until later on in the video when we actually get a chance to hear about what went into this project. But let's continue on. Let's turn another page, if you will. Ah, man, that pun sucked. First thing inside this box, you've actually got what looks like a hoodie. And this hoodie comes in black and purple. I love the colorway. You've also got Their Story Matters printed in white, as well as the New Balance logo in purple. What's the name of this hoodie? Because I think I'm actually wearing almost the exact same New Balance hoodie style. It is the relaxed, I'm not sure what kind of style it is, but it's a thin, relaxed fit hoodie. It feels really nice to the touch. You've got purple sleeves. It feels really soft. Love it. You got the New Balance logo on the right sleeve. And then on the back, in the center, you've got this text that says, Their Story Matters, and then the New Balance logo once again. This is a really nice, you know what, I'm gonna throw this on. There we go, looking very fresh. So now let's actually get into the sneakers themselves because they are the next thing inside the box. So, actually, before we get to the sneakers, they do come with a set of white laces. So if you want to throw those on, you can. But here they are, the sneakers themselves. And these are the Black History Month New Balance 990 V5s. Now, as soon as these sneakers were announced, I knew I had to have them. I think they're beautiful. I love purple, personally, so this was a shoe that I was already really considering grabbing anyway. But the 990 V5 is also just an incredible silhouette. So it's an incredible silhouette with an incredible colorway. So huge thank you to New Balance for sending this over because I've been stoked on this shoe. Ever since they emailed me telling me that they were sending this over, I was like, yes. So to give you guys a quick overview of the sneaker itself, the first thing that you'll notice is this tag that says American made. So New Balance actually has factories in the United States, and I think a lot of the New Balance sneakers in my collection were actually made in the US, which is super cool. On the back of the tag it says, manufactured in the US for over 75 years and representing a limited portion of our US sales, New Balance Made is a premium collection that contains a domestic value of 70% or greater, which means 70% of the shoe was made or put together in the United States. But that's super cool to see. I think they actually do the same thing in the UK. I know I've seen some shoes from the UK that say UK made or something like that. So I'm sure they do it in other countries as well, but love the fact that this particular shoe is from the United States. But getting into the actual sneaker itself, the first thing that you'll notice is that this shoe is made up of some really nice suedes around the toe and around the midfoot panel. They come in sort of like a light cream or an off-white color, and they're actually accented by a very similarly colored mesh on the toe and on the midfoot of the sneaker. Obviously the 990 V5 is the latest 990 silhouette, and I've got to say, it's one of the most comfortable sneakers on the market right now. It's nuts how comfortable this shoe is, and a lot of that has to do with the upper and how well padded the upper is and how well constructed it is. As you move up in the shoe, you'll notice these dark maroon accents around the toe of the sneaker. They can also be found around the New Balance logo on the midfoot, on the laces, and also on this tag on the tongue. Actually, the tag also comes in suede and says made in the US in the center. The tongue itself also comes in the same cream colored mesh, and like I mentioned earlier, you can also switch out the laces on the shoe from these maroon laces to that more sort of off-white colored lace. On the midfoot of the shoe, you've got the New Balance N logo like I mentioned before, and the N seems to come in, I guess, sort of a matte gold color. Inside the sneaker, the shoe gets mad comfy, you've got some incredible padding, and the sock liner of the shoe comes in a slightly different kind of white mesh. Then you get to the insole of the sneaker, which is one of my favorite parts of the shoe, and that's because not only does it come in ortholite, but it also comes in this beautiful purple and black design. And seriously, the 990 V5 is ridiculously comfortable. I actually did a review on this shoe, I think 6 to 8 months ago. It was on the gray pair, and it just blew me away how comfortable and how good looking that shoe was. Even though it was a subtle and sort of understated shoe, it's a great everyday sneaker. Size-wise, I would definitely recommend going true to size on the New Balance 990 V5. It's a very true to size sneaker. The one thing I will say is that if you plan to wear this shoe unlaced or very, very loosely laced, I might go down half a size because it'll fit you just a little bit better, because the laces really are what hold you in place, as laces should. And if you're not using them for what they're meant to be used for, it might feel a little bit loose on your feet. Then continuing back even farther on the shoe, you've got the semi-translucent wing, and then towards the heel of the sneaker, you get to one of my favorite accents on the entire shoe. And that, of course, is the deep purple suede heel counter. On the back of the shoe, you've got the New Balance logo, the 990 branding in gold, as well as a Roman numeral 5 printed on this maroon panel. Then moving down on the shoe, you've got the end cap midsole, which comes in this really nice purple towards the heel and sort of a light cream color towards the forefoot. And then finally, rounding off the sneaker, you've got this gum outsole accented by sort of a light yellow color towards the forefoot. I'm definitely stoked on this shoe. I love the silhouette, I love the colorway, and I think it's a very wearable sneaker. But now I'd actually like to show you some clips from my conversation with Jordan Johnson.
Thanks you for having me. This is great. I'm super stoked to be here. I'm actually a product manager at the moment / designer on the collaboration and energy team, which typically handles global collaborations. But myself in particular, I'm more involved in Jaden Smith, TDS Tokyo Design Studio, as well as some global collabs sprinkled in and out. So beforehand, when I was working on this project, I was actually a full-time designer
nice.
on the speed team, which is essentially like a quick to market, really fast turnaround team. But as you'll see, like the kind of creative process for this shoe is a little bit different as opposed to how we go through things internally. So, I'm working my dream job. I couldn't ask to be at a better company, better people. So I'm just living a dream. This is a dream come true.
So was it just the two silhouettes in this particular collection, and then obviously an apparel line as well?
Yeah, so this year we went with the 574 along with the 990 V5. These silhouettes have a lot of meaning and significance to the Black community. For That's one, awesome. 574 has always been one of those affordable silhouettes. They used to have like the 2 for $89 sales back in the early 2000s, late 90s. So awesome. It's definitely been a staple within the Black community, for that affordability price alone. And then along with the 990, a staple in the DC market, DC area, something that was made very popular by that area, especially the Black community. So these two silhouettes we feel like speak the best in terms of our people.
Tell me a little bit about the sort of, I guess, the theme of this collection, the My Story Matters or Their Story Matters. What was sort of the meaning behind that?
So obviously with everything that went on in 2020 over the summer, political unrest and things like that, this is a really unforeseen, unexplored territory that we've been in politically, and as a group of people in general. I have parents over the age of 50 and 60, and they have never seen anything like this in terms of everyone coming together for to try to fight for equal rights for people. And shout out to our generation and everyone that's fighting and protesting. But this has been a time where people are willing to hear us, hear our voices, and right. Let our stories be heard.
Well, tell me a little bit about the color palette that you guys chose to use on these sneakers themselves.
When we're talking about our story as Black people, what does that mean in terms of how we grew up and things like that? And one of the most pivotal pieces of the Black story in America is the church. And growing up in the church, whether you grow up and you may stray away from it as you get older or whatever the case may be, most times when you're born in a Black household, whether it's your grandma, mom, dad, cousin, auntie, whoever it is, one of them at least is heavily invested into the church, and right. It's kind of what you grow up around and what you know. And so, like I said, it's something that's part of our story, and it's something that we wanted to tell through product, because we feel like it's something that we can all relate to. So having this theme of My Story Matters and telling your story we felt like the best inspiration point in the church would be the choir. One voice is great, but 30 voices is even better. A million voices is even better. So that's really what we wanted to do, and that was where the church or the choir inspiration came from. And so, in terms of the colors, purple and gold are really like the hero colors for this collection. And the main reason is, if you look up church choirs and traditional black churches and things like that, a lot of times the main color palette tends to be purple and yellow or purple and gold. A lot of reasons for that. One reason, purple is always looked at in the Bible as a royal color, symbolizing royalty, and then gold is always symbolizing high value or something of value in general. The reason why we use this very strategically in the footwear, so you see like on the 574, it's a purple toe look.
I love that.
There's two reasons for this. Obviously this line and this aggressive look is a nice look, but also it takes it away from the inline 574s, makes it feel a little more special.
Right.
And so back to the purple thing, if you guys have any, if you guys want to do any research, any of the people watching want to do any research or bored today, go ahead and look up the color Tyrian purple. And that is what made this such a royal shade of purple, is that it was a very tough pigment to come across back before production days. And so if you were ever seen wearing purple, it was like a mark of royalty, and it showed that you were, of high class or of high honor. So that's what we wanted people to feel like when they put the shoe on, and remind them how important they are. And there's also little things like, obviously, the gold color. Gold color comes from the Bible. So the Bible pages, a lot of times, there's certain Bibles where you close the book, and on the side of the pages has that little gold finish on it. Burgundy color comes from, a lot of times the cover of the Bible will be in a like a maroon type color, maroon type leather. But then also, overall, the biggest thing we wanted to do, Seth, was just make these shoes feel very luxurious and feel very elevated in luxury, because we wanted these to symbolize your stories. Your story is just as valuable as this shoe, and whenever you see it or put it on, we want you to remember that that's how important your story is. And so we have things like, of course, we're always known for our high quality materials in New Balance. So we got high quality suede. We also have something that also brings away from the inline New Balance 574s is the suede CR device.
Yeah.
Where this is usually a TPU. So again, just like another elevated luxury hit. And then I think the hero luxury hit of the shoe is definitely this braided lace. So it's really a decorative lace that's removable. And obviously there's a few reasons for this. You can, stylize it, or you can wear it this way if you want, or if you want to, tuck it behind, you can wear it like that. If you want what I do, like I tie it on my wrist, the way everything comes together, I think, it really tells that story in terms of that elevated luxury. Last details are the wax laces on the floor, as well as the embroidered gold New Balance in the heel. So again, just really elevating everything through a luxury approach. So
that's awesome, man. Well, dude, it was seriously like a huge pleasure talking to you, man. I can't thank you enough for this, man. Seriously.
Yeah. So special shout out to our internal team, David Gibson, Siobhan Com, Portia Blunt. That's usually our internal creative team. This is our second annual Black History Month collection. So
that's awesome.
Again, same creative internal team that worked on it for 2020, as well as Eric Vassell, Kevin Trotman. A team of all Black associates internally went into creating this pack.
Huge thank you once again to New Balance for sending out this awesome pair of sneakers and giving me the opportunity to talk to Jordan Johnson. Huge thank you to Jordan, by the way, for taking the time to speak with me. But now I would love to know your thoughts on these sneakers and whether you're planning to grab a pair for yourself. So make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.